He stared ahead in pure terror. Then he quickly shoved his head under the water. He held his breath the entire time. A pair of massive feet appeared in front of him. The sheep beneath them scattered in panic, and the next second, one was snatched up by a giant hand. Hidden underwater, he stayed completely still. The next moment, a horrifying sight froze him in shock. Fear forced his mouth wide open, soundless and stiff. The companion hiding behind the tree couldn't resist peeking out. He stared at the enormous creature in disbelief. Just as he became absorbed in the sight, the giant seemed to catch his scent. He instantly ducked back behind the tree. The giant started striding straight toward him. At the same time, the one in the water surfaced quickly for air. The giant ripped the entire tree out of the ground. Panicked, he collapsed backward onto the ground. He locked eyes with the giant for a few terrifying seconds. Then instinct kicked in and he scrambled up and ran. The giant calmly watched him sprint away. He let him run a little longer. Then, in just 3 steps, one slap knocked him unconscious. The giant had never seen a human this small. He squatted down and leaned in to examine him closely. As the giant grabbed him and prepared to leave, the captain charged forward with his sword. He drove the blade straight into the giant's ankle. The giant glanced back in irritation. With a single casual kick, the captain was smashed against a rock and knocked out. The giant pulled the sword from his foot. Then he picked up the unconscious man and took him away. The remaining teammates could only watch helplessly. Their companion was taken just like that. The giant looked down at his catch. Satisfied, he turned and walked away. Afraid of being discovered, he slipped back into the water once more. Luckily, the giant never noticed him. The creature passed right by his position. After the giant moved farther away, he quietly followed from behind, waiting for the right moment to save his companion. Meanwhile, the other 3 reached a cliffside. One of them pretended to spot the princess. He lured his companion closer. Then, without warning, he shoved him off the endless cliff. Now free to do whatever he wanted. As they reveled in their apparent success, a massive hand suddenly grabbed one of them. Without hesitation, he was stuffed straight into her mouth. The remaining companion stood there in stunned disbelief. He had no idea that something even worse was lurking behind him.